technocratic answer to the question on trust. And I feel like I don't know if I would kind of describe myself as a big kind of Web3 person, but I feel like one of the takeaways from Web3 was that technology can go a huge way, I think more than people would have realized in creating trust, right? So the fact that anyone was willing to buy Bitcoin, which like on its face seems to lack any sort of mechanism to enforce trust, the only mechanism being kind of cryptography, and cryptography in such a way that 99.9% of people probably had no real understanding, but there were enough people that could verify like this works and your money won't just disappear overnight, that other people were willing to trust it. And I think that to me, the most effective way to build trust is if you can show me that a system can't fail in certain ways, right? This kind of regulation compliance by design idea. This is, where the human piece comes in is we rarely have this communication, right? But going from what do you distrust or what do you worry about the system, talking to the engineers and saying, well, can you put some sort of safeguard in place that guarantees that we can't fail in the relevant sort of way? So the more sophisticated versions of this is I have colleagues at MIT who are working on essentially putting large language models in a cryptographically secure box so that you can guarantee that nobody, not even the provider of the box, the provider of the LLM, can see what goes in and out, what happens inside of this. Except for the user, it's really like a fully private conversation. That's like the one extreme of it. The other extreme is I was recently working with a law firm that was interested in essentially having contract templates. And they were very frustrated that every so often an LLM would modify parts of the template rather than just pre-filling the pieces that they were interested in. And the reason was that they would just hand this off to an LLM and say, here's a template, here's some additional context, update the template. And of course, the LLM will kind of tweak the template. And it was very easy for us to change that so that we're just pre-filling areas of a template document. And it's just a physical impossibility that we change any of the other language and suddenly everybody slept better at night.